Hello again, Guy here. This video will be addressing the difference between going to your dealership versus a automotive or an industrial parts store. So let's look at what we have here first. Wheel bearings. This is specifically addressed to the 2002 Grizzly 660. After 2003 up to 2007, the wheel bearings are different. So this is, but the concept's going to be the same. This is actually going to address, like I said, wheel bearings and seals. So here we have a wheel bearing. The stock wheel bearing that came out. This one here. I'm not going to show you because it's all dirty and full of grease and stuff. But took that into Canadian bearing. Now, I'm sure they have a national bearing too, and I'm sure that they're somewhat related to each other, but any bearing or seal store or something like that that deals with industrial bearings, you're going to be able to find that. Now, this is a little bit higher quality than all balls, and it's cheaper. A lot cheaper. $5.23 per bearing. Now, the Grizzly 660, the 2002 takes the skinnier ones, two of them with a spacer that goes in between them inside of the hub, both front and rear. So 8 of those, 8 of those. So I saved, I think, with the price of what All Balls was asking for, which is the lesser bearing, I think I saved around 23, 25 bucks or something like that on to cover all four wheel bearing, or all four corners of the bike. Seals, a little bit different looking. They don't have that little bit of a lip, that thin rubber lip that sticks out. But I found a lot of times that actually kind of retains crap in between the axle end and the seal itself. So we'll look at the bearing. 60062RS, and that's pretty much a universal number for bearings. So no matter what manufacturer you go with, I don't know what those numbers mean, but that's what you're going to be looking for. And the seal that goes with that is 38558-DL. So, specifically dealing with the 2002 Grizzly 660s, 8 of those, 8 of those. I think with tax it was like 82 bucks or something like that. I think something. Yeah, can't remember. But well worth it because you're getting a better bearing and a better seal. Now, let's move on to carburetors. The bottom end of the carburetor, if you work on any motorcycle, any ATV, you'll notice that the float ball, the float ball is held on by these tiny, tiny little screws. Sometimes they're made out of brass, sometimes not, but as you can see, they get absolutely destroyed when you try to take them out. And there's no sense in putting those back in. As you can see, I actually had to take that off with a pair of mini vice grips because they wouldn't come out with my screwdriver. See the vice grip marks in it. And my dirty fingernails. So, with that, took that to an industrial parts store. I used Traction, which is in Burnside. Look, same thread, same length, with the hex head on it. This is a 4mm by, I'm not quite sure how long the shank is on that. But you are going to save yourself a lot of trouble in the future if you need to take that float ball off again by switching over this little piece of crap with this. And I got some washers to go with it as well. There's actually one screw that was a little bit longer than the rest in the carburetor because it actually had a little mount for the carburetor drain tube. And again, they just match that up so that it's the same length, same thread, same everything, another 4mm, just a little bit longer. So that's a tip right there. My God, if you work on carburetors, you know how frustrating it is to try and get those stupid screws out. And sometimes people end up taking them to the dealers. So, yeah. But, looking at all the other, don't mind my laundry, by the way. Looking at all the other stuff, you know, that came in, spark plug, yada yada. Parts for the steering, the bottom end of the steering is oil sealed. Another oil seal, and I don't know how the heck I'm going to get this thing out. I took a look at that, and I'm like, oh, yeah, perfect. So there's actually a custom part on it because it's threaded on the inside of a collar. So awesome. I'm assuming that has to do with the pitman arm. And there's another little bearing in there somewhere to go in the bottom. And that's the top bushings for the steering stem. And I noticed you could actually get away with, these are just hose clamps, that, like you see on pieces of heavy equipment. Hydraulic hose clamps. That's all these things are. And, you know, I didn't even think about trying to go to the industrial parts store and try to find those as well. I'm pretty sure you could. Now these, I can't remember the price on those things, but they weren't that expensive. But still, be able to find that super cheap somewhere. Yes, all balls. Not really impressed too much with them, but then again, I think it's more the bike design than all balls themselves, because, like I said, this design, they even said at the bearing store, they even said at the bearing store, this was a bad design by Grizzly, by Yamaha, especially for the first year of the Grizzly. That's why they changed over the wheel bearing style into the hubs. This bearing specifically is made to load bear on, like, this way. Your shaft going this way. It's made to take a load this way, whatever. It's not meant to take side load. So the force of you turning the wheel, or the force of the back wheel, especially with bigger, heavier tires and rims, pushing in and out on this inner race, that is what is killing these bearings. They're specifically designed to take static load like this, not side load. So, bad design there. That's obviously why Yamaha changed it. But these, this part here is for the rebuild of the rear knuckle. It comes with new bushings, new pins, new dust seals. I can't remember the price on that, but it covers a wide variety of bikes too, as you can see. Grips. I went with better grips this time. I ran these on my motocross bike. These are pillow top grips. These are made for ATVs. Don't get motocross ATVs grips. Wow. Don't get motocross grips to put on your ATV because they come with a wider rear handle shank thing, so you don't, so your hand doesn't slip off. But that won't clear a thumb throttle. These specifically will. And the pillow top grips are extremely tough. They get a really tough inner core too with this kind of bar end protector on it. So if you roll your bike, if you bump it up against a tree or something like that, or got to push on the handlebars for any reason, you're not going to poke your handlebars through this soft rubber. And this is super tacky. No matter if they're covered in mud or anything, they're super tacky. So anyway, I just thought I would share that with you guys and say that, yeah, there's progress on the bike still going on. So I'm slowly working at it when I can. You know, I work a full-time job, yada yada, but we all do. And anyway, another tip for you guys. So thanks for watching. If you like these kinds of videos, please like, comment. It's super early in the morning. It's Saturday too. Please like, comment, or subscribe. And I'll do my best to try and entertain you guys, try to give you guys some tips, some maintenance, some riding tips. If you have any suggestions, leave them in the comment section below, or leave me a inbox email type thing, majigger in my YouTube. I need some coffee. Alright, thanks guys.